what you guys have run under Andy Ludwig the last few years?
I mean, Coach G, was a quarterbacks coach for for most of Coach Ludwig's extent. So not much is changing. A few things here and there, but for the most part, he's keeping it, kind of the same. So for the guys who are coming back to be able to retain it, but also throwing a bit of his own personality and flair into it. So looking forward to getting to camp and really getting into it.
What's different about your role in the offense this year?
I think I'm just, last year I was an older guy, but I wasn't the oldest guy in the room. At this point, I think I'm kind of the ranking vet as far as receivers go. I think that comes with a few different changes as far as my personality and how I have to attack each day, and approach each day. But as far as play wise, that has to go up as well, just because there's something a little bit more expected of me.
You're here today. You did media days. Basically, since January, you, Jared, and Keyshawn have sort of been the faces of this season. You comfortable in that role and serving as one of the lead spokesmen?
For me personally, I think it's a fine line for me because it's always good to be able to get in front of you guys and speak and kind of get my message and my personality across. But I'm really not that outgoing of a person, really and truly. So and that's why I'm happy the season can come and fall camp is here, so I can just kind of put my head down and get the ball and do what comes natural.
With those young receivers, Bowler and Amir and Cam Johnson, all those guys, what do you need them to do to help you and Jared out, to help you guys get open?
I don't know if we need them to do anything in specific, but get better and just improve every day. And those guys have natural talents that that are gonna grow and progress to the point to where they can be stars in and of themselves. But for the time being, we just need them to get better so everybody can produce and make the team better.
When guys are consistent, when guys CJ caught a ball I think in every game last year. When guys are consistent in that way, game to game, how much does that help you guys as opposed to just good game, 3 bad games? That's stuff like that.
I mean, consistency is always the key. It's something that Coach Mason, preaches to us. Just, not even from game to game, but day to day practices, and just being able to show that you can make a play and then come back the next play and do it again. And that builds trust. That builds confidence from quarterbacks and builds confidence in your teammates. And then, when you get on the field, people just expect you to do that because they've seen you do it over and over again.
Your experience, maybe you and Jared help with the fact that there's going to be a new starter quarterback, whether it's Riley or Deuce in the opener. How much is it going to be on you guys to kind of help whoever is at that starting spot?
I mean, I think that's a part of our job, to help who's ever throwing the ball. Everything's not going to always be perfect as far as throwing and, coverages and stuff. I think, that's where pass catchers kind of really make their mark on an offense, is making the catches that aren't supposed to probably be made. So, whoever steps onto the field, we're going to do our best as far as, not only, being pass catchers, but, just being older guys in the offense, do our job to help him.
What do you see as the difference between your two quarterbacks?
Honestly, face, surface level, I mean, their physical size, but other than that, they're both great competitors. They both have great arms, and they're both willing and able to compete. So, we'll see, and it's really about, I think, who edges the other person out in fall camp.
How hard was the decision to come back for this year? I mean, was it something you thought about a long time, investigate options, or was it just, I'm coming back?
At the end of the day, it wound up just being I'm coming back, but there was more, the thought that went into it was more with my parents. I think at the beginning of the season, I made a deal with them that, if I hit a certain mark or hit my goals, that I would consider leaving, and I didn't do that. And I like to consider myself a man of my word, so, here I am.
They must have been pretty lofty marks, though, because you put up some good numbers last year, right?
Yeah, they were pretty lofty, and they're higher this year, so we'll keep it pushing.
You've been used a little bit in the return game in the past. A lot of options on this team to do that. Is that a possible role for you this year?
Oh yeah, we'll see. If I'm here, I am here to do it and willing to do it. If I'm called upon, like you said, we have a lot of options that are able to do that. So I think the big thing for everybody on this team this year is just being, ready and available when your number's called. Good.
Thank